So, unfortunately, Easy Day went and released an official map for Skitter XL. And I say unfortunately because it's another skate park contest course map that nobody asked for. As a matter of fact, people asked to get the opposite of this because people want street maps, people want city maps, people want some interesting maps, but we just have another skate park contest course map because that's all Easy Day like to give us. This one is in partnership with World Skate, which I didn't actually know about before, but apparently they are the governing body recognized. I don't know what IOC is. Basically, they're like the people who are in charge of competitions to do with wheel-based sports. Basically, once again, this proves that Easy Day are only releasing and working on maps for Skitter XL when they're in some sort of contract, partnership, brand deal with a organization like this World Skate thing. And it's pretty clear this is what's going on because the last map that we got was... Okay, so the last map we got was the fire station. No, that's not true, actually. The last map we got was... They don't actually have an update for it. Last map we got was the 2024 Tampa Pro course. The fourth Tampa Pro course we've got in a row because they do this every single year because they're in a contract, they're in some sort of deal with Tampa, and basically what happens is they get to have their branding all over the real life Tampa Pro, and then Tampa get to have their branding in Skitter XL. So that's clearly kind of what's going on here, and there's clearly money being made there somehow. But the last map we got was the 2024 version of this course, which was actually a improved version of all the other ones because you had the outdoor section. I did a video on that if you want to check that out if you haven't seen that. It was still a pretty mediocre map all in all, in my opinion. But the map previous to the Tampa 2024 map was this Fire Station Park, which, as you can clearly see, has Dickies branding everywhere because this was it's basically a Dickies themed skate park in Texas, which obviously Dickies is in Skitter XL, it's a brand in the game. So obviously Skitter XL have some sort of deal with Dickies, and that's why they made this park, because they had a contract with them to do this. Even if we scroll back before that, we also had the Primitive skate park as well. Primitive have been in the game since the launch of the game, so they obviously had some sort of deal with Primitive to make their park too. And all the other maps that they released were mod maps that were built by the community. Like we have here, Osawa Arena was made by Brixie99, a community member. Of course, we have the John Olive map, the Industrial Zone map by John Olive. We got Fermenta Plaza, Warehouse by Yaki. All these were made by the community, and then they were just kind of remastered and basically updated graphics and I think scaled up a bit. So none of that was actually original work by Easy Day. The only one that I think that they did that had no sort of brand deal was the Embarcadero Plaza. What I've heard is that this was pretty much taken by a map maker or like copied from a map maker in the community. I'm not 100% sure on that. You can fill me in the comments, but apparently this wasn't even really 100% original work by Easy Day either. And they did also release this FTC gear, so I guess there was some sort of deal going on with this map as well with this FTC company. Easy Day will only release a map if it benefits them, if they have some sort of brand deal with a company. In this case, it's World Skate or some sort of partnership. I don't know if brand deal is the right word, but partnership, whatever. And that's why we're not getting maps that we actually want, like street maps that we're asking for, and instead we're just getting these content courses because one, they're obviously quick and easy to make for Easy Day or for whoever they are getting to work on these maps. They can throw these up pretty quickly because they're pretty simple designs. And two, because this is obviously a partnership with this competition organization, which means that I imagine we're going to see Skitter XL branding all over the real life version of this competition. It is happening at some point this year. We're going to see a skateboarding competition. You can see that people are not happy with this. It has a 36% mostly negative rating. So it's sitting at mostly negative, and if we go into the comments, people are not happy. The main concern and the reason why I'm not actually going to be playing this map today is because it doesn't work with the alpha version of Skitter XL. The alpha version is the older version of the game that the majority of PC players play because all the mods work on that version. The public version, which is the most up-to-date version that you would get if you only just bought the game, there's a very limited amount of mods for that version, and most of them aren't even the kind of full versions because something to do with the coding. I think they just can't make the mods the same for the newer version of the game. So the majority of PC players play the older version of the game, the alpha version, because it's just a better experience. It's a better version of the game. But just like the last Tampa Pro map, which doesn't work on the alpha version, which I went over in my video, I actually downloaded it and you just load into the Abyss because it doesn't work with that version of Skitter XL. So if you're on the alpha version on Skitter XL, you're going to have to go into Steam, head into the properties, head to betas, and change this to the open beta, which is the public version of the game, which means that all your mods are going to break. You're going to have to download different versions of the mods, and you're going to have an overall worse experience with the game, in my opinion anyway, because the alpha version is just the superior version of the game on PC. Yeah, you can see most of the comments are people complaining that it doesn't actually work for the alpha build, which shows that the majority of people are playing on that version of Skitter XL. So Easy Day are pretty much alienating their entire PC audience by just making their new maps inaccessible by the majority of PC players. I know there's an argument to be made there that Easy Day don't actually have to support the older version of the game. Like, they don't have to. They're obviously going to only support their most up-to-date version of the game. But when pretty much the majority of your player base are playing that older version, surely you're going to want to give them access to the new maps as well. Because I'm pretty sure the main thing that stops these from working on the older version of the game is object dropper stuff. So just take that out and give us a version that works with alpha. But of course, it's Easy Day we're talking about. They don't actually care about their player base. They don't care about the community. All they care about is making money off these maps, because these may be free maps. They all are under some sort of contract with them. So Easy Day are obviously benefiting from this and obviously making money from this. And I know that they're a company, they're a business at the end of the day. They have to make money. They're just going about it the wrong way. Pretty much the way I see it is that Easy Day are using Skitter XL as like a networking platform. They're using it as like LinkedIn or something for them. It's a way for them to get in touch with these organizations and these brands, making a connection and getting some sort of contract and brand deal going. And they don't actually see it as a game that they need to update and support to keep the player base happy. They don't care about it as a game at all. And clearly that's shown because they haven't released any updates, and the things coming in 2023 update never came, and I don't think we're ever going to see that. So they only want to actually add stuff to the game when they're getting money for it or they're getting some sort of benefit from it. They actually do not give a single F about the fan base, and I'm just going to say that because I don't want YouTube to demonetize me. I will say though, if you are on console, please do enjoy this new map, because you guys get nothing anyway on console. You don't have access to modded maps, so you know, enjoy whatever you can get. It's just too little too late once again from Easy Day, and it's just another slap in the face to the player base, because this obviously it was not made with players in mind. This was made with money in mind. But you know, this is what we have come to expect from Easy Day Studios. Let's be honest, nobody's surprised. I'm not surprised. I will not be downloading this map, so I'm not going to go through the effort of changing Skitter XL to the public version, remodding it with the lesser versions of the mods just to have a worse experience, just to play this one map that I know is just going to get boring in 10 minutes. So I'm sorry, but I'm not going to play it. Nothing about this interests me. It's just another skate park contest course map. I'm not going to go through the effort of changing my game version, reinstalling mods just to play this one map and get bored of it within 10 minutes. Not really worth it for me personally. Might be worth it for you. That's fine. For me, I don't see the point of it. So instead, we're actually going to play a good community-made modded skate park map. One of the best skate park maps out there by Vortex. So let's just get into it. All right, so for the rest of the video, we're going to have a small sesh here on this brilliant Vortex map under the Big Apple, which is just, oh, I'm stuck on this, which is just a great example of a really well-made skate park map for Skitter XL. Vortex is just one of the best map makers in the community, and it always shows just in the quality of these maps. But I'm really rusty because I have not played Skitter XL much at all recently. Nice little 270 nose blunt there. I'm not really sure why Easy Day never released another map drop of modded maps made by the community. Like, they have so many maps that could easily just be ported to the console version of the game, and that would make a lot of the players really happy. Like, there's no reason why this map couldn't be ported over into the console version of the game. Like, the official maps for Skitter XL are pretty high quality when it comes to texture work, and you know, the maps are just pretty decent. The lighting always looks great. This map would easily fit in alongside the maps that are currently in the mod browser and available for console. So it's just kind of baffling that Easy Day hasn't released another kind of map drop with community made maps like they did at the start of this game, because that was probably one of the best things that they did for Skitter XL. I mean, the people that are making maps of this quality, you know, they know what they're doing. Like, really Easy Day don't even need to lift a finger. All they need to do is get in touch with these creators and ask them if they want this to be officially added into the game through the mod browser. And I'm sure most of the creators will be happy to do that. But instead, Easy Day are just adamant in releasing skate park competition maps that they are obviously under contract to release. Because Easy Day know that they're not going to make any money off releasing already made modded maps for free. Like, they could have a really good system down for this game where they get hold of these mod makers that make these maps and they say, look, we want you to optimize this and make this console friendly. We're going to release it as a paid DLC. We'll either pay you this fee to make it, or you'll get part of the commission made from the DLC. And then that means Easy Day gets some money from the downloads. That means the map creators get money from the downloads. And really, Easy Day don't actually need to do much work apart from compile these maps into a DLC and put it up on the store. I know a lot of people out there don't want any sort of paid DLC for this game. I mean, look at the way Session gets a lot of hate for their paid DLCs. But even though all the Session maps are released as paid DLCs, at least they're good quality maps. Like, to me, that seems a better, more community-friendly way of Easy Day releasing content for this game while still making money than just ignoring the community requests for certain maps and instead just making maps of competition courses that Easy Day are getting paid for, but the community aren't benefiting from getting that map at all, apart from getting a free map. But most of the people don't want that map regardless of it being free. Just because the Tampa course is free every year doesn't make it worth it. But console players are missing out on top quality maps like this. And, you know, if Easy Day just contacted Vortex and asked Vortex to optimize this map for console, and then they'll release it in a DLC or something, like, you know, I think people would easily jump to the opportunity to get this map on console. I mean, regardless of paid DLC, I think most map creators would be happy making these maps work on console for free anyway, because the people that are making these maps just care about the community. They're doing this for free anyway, so it's no different for them if they get these maps added to console or not, because they're making these maps for free anyway because they enjoy making maps for this game and they care about this game and the community. So really all it would take is Easy Day just getting in contact with these guys, and it's a win-win for everybody, regardless if you're on PC, if you're on console, because, you know, you'll be getting good quality community made maps put into the game officially. Like, that's kind of a good thing for everyone, but Easy Day just refuses to even attempt to do that. That was nice. Ooh, Travel of Noseblunt. I'll take that happily. To be honest though, I think by this point it doesn't really matter what kind of map Easy Day releases, because at the end of the day, they're just ignoring the main thing that everyone has been asking for since the beginning of this game, which is a stats menu on console. The fact that they pretty much just refused outright to even add that to the game to begin with, because it's against their vision for the game, just shows that, you know, we're not going to get any sort of official maps that we actually want. It's just going to be whatever Skater XL wants, whatever Easy Day wants. They've never wanted to make a game for the people. They've always just wanted to make a game for themselves. And let's not forget, Easy Day are an indie studio, and I think that, you know, when it comes to indie developers making games, they usually make games that they want to play first and make games that they've always wanted to make. You know, that's where a lot of good games start, as passion projects, and that's what you want. You want it to be a passion project because you want the developer that actually want to develop this game. Once the public start dropping money on your game, you can't just keep this selfish attitude and only add things to the game that you want to add. You have to actually start listening to the people that are buying your game, because these people are the ones that are keeping your pockets lined for cash. These people are the ones keeping your development studio alive. These people are the ones keeping your game alive. It's the players that dropped money on this game to support you that are keeping everything afloat. And so you have to start listening to that audience and that player base, and you have to start adding things that they want, because if the community is asking for it, it's obviously something that the game needs, because even though we're not all game developers, we usually know what is best for the games that we play because we love these games. But Easy Day's problem is that they just choose to outright ignore the people who actually bought the game, the people that are keeping Easy Day as a studio open, and instead they're just like, nah, we're just gonna add stuff that only we want to add. We're just gonna ignore what you guys want to see in the game. We're only gonna add what we have in mind for this game, because it's our game, it's our vision, it's not your game. So we're only gonna come back once or twice a year with these maps that we are under contract to build and release for you guys because we're benefiting from it. We're getting our pockets lined with cash from this. We don't actually care what kind of maps you guys want. We're just going to release the maps that we're under contract to release because we're getting something out of it. Easy Day really just don't care what the player base who actually spent money on this game have to say. And that's why instead of downloading an official map by Easy Day, I would just rather play one of the community-made maps that passion and effort has actually gone into completely for free just to keep this game alive and to give something to the community. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today. That is enough out of me for one day. I'm sorry that this turned into predominantly a rant video, but I just had a lot to say about Easy Day and about this new map and everything. Please start discussing in the comments. Let me know what you think about the new map. Let me know what you think about... You don't really have to tell me what you think of Easy Day because I think we all pretty much agree on how we all feel about Easy Day. So, but just let me know what you think about this new map and everything going on. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.